Today's guided visualization is to support you as you experience uncomfortable emotions and to help you process through those emotions. So get comfortable, either sitting or lying down. Begin to take some long, deep breaths, breathing in through your diaphragm, exhaling through your mouth. Allow the muscles in your face to relax. Allow your jaw to soften. Allow your neck to relax. Allow any tension to release from your chest. Take a long, deep inhale in and exhale, allowing your upper, middle, and lower back to relax. Notice your arms, hands, and fingers beginning to soften and relax. Allow your hips to shift and relax. Maybe rock them back and forth a little bit to support them as they relax. Allow the back of your thighs to completely relax. Moving all the way down to your feet and your toes. Taking a long, deep inhale in and exhale. Allowing your body to go into deeper relaxation. Our intention today is to process through difficult emotion. So think about the emotion you've been struggling with recently. Perhaps it's anger, or rage, or hate, or discouragement. Perhaps it's feeling defeated, or anxious, or depressed, or taken for granted. Think about those uncomfortable emotions that you are trying to ignore because they're not comfortable and they don't help you feel happy. Bring those to your mind. So now that you have discovered the emotion or emotions you haven't been comfortable with expressing or feeling, I want you now to see in your mind's eye that you're in a gymnasium. Picture yourself in a gymnasium. And I want you to see that there are these balls, maybe they're basketballs, and you pick them up and they're bouncy, they're full of air, they're perfectly round, and maybe you find yourself dribbling around the court, feeling happy. Maybe there are friends there, maybe you're tossing the ball to your friends and they're tossing it back to you. You're having so much fun. You're laughing, you're playing. This feels really good. All of a sudden, you look to your right, and there are these balls that look a little flat. They look a little worn and torn. Maybe they have scuff marks. You try to bounce them and they're just flat. Those represent those emotions that are not comfortable, that you have been suppressing. The emotions that maybe you didn't know what to do with because they're really uncomfortable. They don't feel joyful. They're not pleasant emotions. And they are represented by these balls that are kind of flat, dull. They look a little worn out. So what we're going to do today is we're not going to reprimand those balls for being there on the court. It's okay. They showed up. They showed up for you to play with them, but they're not really fun to play with. And that's okay. They can just sit there on the floor. They can be there. They can be in the room with you. You don't have to play with them, but you acknowledge that they're there. You see them. And you go about your business playing with the really bouncy balls, and we'll represent those as the emotions that feel better. Maybe for you, that's joy or confidence or love or gratitude or peace or calmness. Whatever emotion you'd like to assign to those balls. And you begin playing with those balls. Maybe your friends are there and you're tossing the balls back and forth, you're laughing. Maybe you're shooting hoops with the balls. Maybe you're running around the court with the balls, dribbling the balls. You're having fun. You look over and those other balls are still there. They're still kind of flat. They're there. It's okay. You see them. You acknowledge. Yep, they came to play. It's not your preference. That's totally okay. You let them stay and you keep having fun. You keep playing with the balls that you like playing with, that are your preference. Notice how you feel. Notice what it feels like to not abandon yourself because of these hard, heavy emotions. Notice what it feels like that you're not having to frantically dysregulate your nervous system, trying to clean out all these balls or emotions from the court. You're not frantically trying to throw them all away. You're not getting yourself dysregulated and nervous and anxious and irritable because these balls that you don't like are there. You're not wasting your energy on those balls. Not anymore. Notice how that feels. What if moving forward, when one of those flat balls or hard emotions comes into your life, you can just say, yeah, I see you. I see you. You've come to play. Hmm, you're not my favorite. So I see you. I'm not going to waste my energy stressing out about you, but I see you. And perhaps at this moment, when those emotions do surface at different times in your life, perhaps trying a different statement instead of suppressing them or telling yourself you shouldn't feel that way. What if you said to yourself, of course you feel that way? That was a really hard experience. That was a traumatic experience. Of course you were afraid. Of course you felt rejected. Of course you were sad. That was a hard experience. What would that feel like? Notice what's coming up today. Perhaps new ways of thinking, perhaps some aha moments. I want you to answer this question as you continue going throughout your day today. How can you show yourself more compassion and grace? Is it reminding yourself that, of course, you feel that way? It's okay to feel that uncomfortable emotion. Perhaps just acknowledging the hard experience that you went through, the stressful event that took place. Maybe acknowledging that, yeah, that person hurt your feelings and that is real. Or perhaps it's a different way you want to show yourself compassion and grace today. At this point, we may have stirred up some emotions. We may have stirred up some traumatic experiences, some hard experiences. And you may be processing. This could be easy for some, it could be challenging for others. So if this is becoming difficult or uncomfortable, I invite you to consider trying out these techniques next. Perhaps stopping and pausing, drinking some water to ground yourself. Perhaps you want to further ground yourself with touching a door frame or sitting outside barefooted on the grass. Perhaps taking a walk or maneuvering your fascia. Maybe turning on some music that is a high vibration for you. Or maybe you want to pull out your journal and begin to write or begin to scribble. Perhaps doing some gentle yoga at this point could be very beneficial, or some light stretching. Maybe you need to dance it out with some music. I applaud you today for doing the hard work. This isn't easy. It's not easy to sit in the emotions. It's not easy to sit with your thoughts and just let your thoughts come to the surface. But you did it. You did it today. And if this experience feels lonely and frightening, that's totally understandable. It's very common. And if you feel like you would like more support, simply reach out to me. We can work together through this process so it's not quite as scary. It doesn't feel lonely. In fact, it would feel more nurturing and soothing and calming to not do it alone. So if you feel like that's beneficial, simply reach out to me and we can connect. I honor you today for the work that you did. And I hope that today, as you go throughout your day, you give yourself compassion and grace. It was my pleasure to serve you today.